Hey, what's up? We back for another episode here in the shop. It is crunch time. We're trying to get ready for this weekend. Everything is looking good, but we're going to try to get another car cut and ready to go by tomorrow. So let's jump right into it. Hey guys, welcome back. Man, first of all, I want to say thank you for everybody who's been watching. I know this has been kind of a crazy week for me. The good thing is I'm off all the way towards even the end of Chili Bowl, so I got plenty of time, but we're trying to make practice this weekend. My boy Kevin is going to join us for the Chili Bowl, and his dad. The Lindermans are back in. If you didn't know, they weren't really signed up at the moment. They're trying to get on the wait list, but they have confirmed to be in the race. Now it's crunch time, and we're trying to race Saturday and dial these cars in. So like I mentioned above, mentioned just a while ago, we have another car that we need to get ready. So my buddy Kev got into the race, got in a couple of races, but he doesn't have a car ready for it. So hit me up, ask me a favor. We got you. This is what it's all about. So I do have a donor car behind me that I can use, and I think it'd be perfectly fine. Or he can use my custom works car up there. But it being pretty much the same thing that I would have in the late model, we're going to try to get him to cut a chassis, an SJD late model chassis, Midwest chassis. So we're going to jump that into it here in a little bit. If you're wondering how the Chili Bowl prep is coming, well, part of that is these tires. We got tires lined up here. Nothing unusual than what we do. Obviously, the choice of tires for the classes that both me and Kevin are running are their specific spec tires for each class. So I'm running ScMod and late model. So late model has to have the post shots, and for the ScMod they have to have the DE groove or something like that, GTs. So of course we have to go with those tires, so we're getting them ready. Same thing goes for the Midwest class and the ScMod Kevin's in. So yeah, just got them all glued up. If you haven't watched before, I have some videos in my library there, and I could probably put it up here on top of the screen of how I do my tires, even down to reusing wheels. But while those are gluing and stuff and holding out, we're going to jump onto this donor car. Let's check it out. All right, here is one of many cars that I have laying around. And in particular, the reason I bought this car was for the front end. This is the same front end that we use for my late model. So pretty much we're going to cut the chassis out as is, but we're going to try to incorporate a couple of things. We're going to try to incorporate a different design where maybe we can stand the battery up all the way to its left side. Try to get that weight all the way over this way. But first, before we start cutting, we know the chassis will come out good, other than maybe a couple of small designs that we're going to make up for the stand-up battery. We're going to go ahead and take this car apart, clean it up, which is more tedious than cutting the chassis. So we'll jump right into that. Here we go. So we pretty much broke down the chassis. Right now, these are the main components. Even I'm about to take the shock tower off. We don't need the shock tower. Probably the only thing we need out of here, maybe some bolts and these posts and maybe the bumper. But for the most part, these are the main deals that we need. We are going to spend some time in the transmission, make sure everything is all good. And then we're going to clean all this stuff, including bearings, transmission. That's the tedious work. Not saying that the chassis isn't, but just clean this up and then we'll jump over to the next stuff. All right, guys. Hey. So it is currently 1 week later from the time that this last clip that you just saw I made. So it's a week later. So kind of fill you in on a chain of events that has happened. So I did end up finishing cutting out the chassis for Kevin, and it is currently in his possession. Did I finish it in time? Yes, I did. The most of the car was put together, but it still needed a lot of odds and ends, and it just really needed just to be gone over through. And Kevin put it the way he wanted to. We just didn't have time. So that being said, I made a comment on a video prior on one of the previous clips that it was more tedious to work on the car than the chassis, which came out to be true until we ran into problems with the router. It shouldn't have took me very long to cut the chassis, and everything was going really good until one of the last steps, finishing drilling some of the holes and the finer outer cut of the chassis. The router, for some reason, glitched. Not only once, but twice. It's never done that before. Don't know, maybe it was something that I did because I was manipulating the machine to go slower and faster in some portions of the deal. I don't know if it freaked it out, but it did. So we kind of had to start over the cuts 2 times to salvage the chassis. Now there is a little bit of nick on the bottom side of the chassis, an imperfection, and maybe some of the holes got a little out of alignment, but overall we were able to put the main components onto the chassis. And I did not finish until 4 o'clock the next morning, being Saturday. Saturday is the day we were gonna go racing. So I kind of made up my mind, and I didn't think I was gonna make it because I was gonna go grab the trailer. We took the trailer. I woke up and I'm like, screw it, we're going to try. I mean, I really needed to go out and practice. So I finished up whatever I needed to finish up on that car to get it to a certain point. I mean, the car had front and rear suspension. It had the battery mount. It had shocks. It had everything on it except a body, and electronics. But Kevin had to work too. And I stood up late, and I didn't think I was gonna make it in time. I thought I was not even gonna make the start in the first heat. Well, the bad thing and the good thing is that there were some track issues, so it prolonged them started it up. So I got there right when they were supposed to start getting ready to race. So it got prolonged for a little bit extra amount of time. So that gave me time to get my cars ready. And, but at the same time, when I got there, Kevin was already practicing with his ScMod, and I let him drive the Custom Works Midwest mod. So, long story is that Kevin ran the Custom Works, but did not get to touch the new car, the new chassis, and I will put some pictures in here in a minute. But I did get to run the new ScMod 1 heat. Didn't put no transponder, we're just out there. The car works. The transmission that's in it is all plastic gears with the ball diff, and it is still running to this minute. We ran 1 good full heat. It was okay. It needs some work, and I don't think it's something that I need to put myself in the condition for trying to figure out at Chili Bowl. So we went ahead and put that car aside. I made some more adjustments so I could run it at the end of the night. And we stuck back to Old Faithful, the Vindicator. So a decision had to be made, and it was made. We're going to go ahead and go with the Vindicator. Vindicator, we made some more laps. Does not turn like it used to, but at the end of the night, Kevin reminded me of an adjustment that I took out that I used to have. So we're going to go for that. Now the track was grooved up. Not grooved up, but it had grip. So that's not the scenario that we're looking for. So I think where the car is at is a really, really good start point. It always is for the Chili Bowl. Chili Bowl, they try to do a really good job of trying to keep it at loose condition. So I think we're good. The late model did really, really good. We put that 6.5 in it, added a little bit of time into it, and that thing rips. It's the best this car's felt in a long time. So I'll put some pictures in here. Both cars. Shout out to the photographer that was out there who took some pictures. Pretty cool shots. I even put the Midwest mod. So, you know, the Midwest mod, we're gonna go ahead and take it as a precaution, just in case for some reason that other car doesn't work. Now we're gonna try to just leave that car, this car right here, the Custom Works Midwest mod. We're gonna leave it in the truck or something. We're gonna give it our best shot for the Midwest mod. So that's where we're at. Kevin did a really good job with this car. There's a couple of pieces that I will have to buy for this car. The suspension is a little bit in a bind with the ball cups for the turnbuckles and stuff. And as it did not get any footage. I know y'all like to see the race vlogs and stuff, but this is where I'm at now. Where we currently are at, back in the shop. the last couple of days of the week. Obviously, we had Christmas, so happy, and New Year, so happy New Year's to everyone. And then shirts. I mentioned it before. We have a business called Drastic Branding, and we've recently had the opportunity to make some shirts for a couple of people who are going to Chili Bowl sponsor shirts. And that's what I've been working on. I've been on the computer for the last couple of days and then get everything figured out, and finally did the print. Ordered whatever I needed of inventory to complete the orders. And it is go time now on finishing up the shirts. So let me show you what we got. So this is the current, we got shirts everywhere. I will not show you the rest of my garage because it's kind of embarrassing, but we currently have a lot of shirts laying around, and we just got a new batch of inventory come in. So that's where we're at. We do have the tires that we ran. I did run sets of each, like the whole shots are scuffed them in, so like that, they're not unscuffed. So all I'm gonna do, if I'm thinking about going to Indy Friday, if I do, one of the biggest things I'm gonna do is just clean tires. I might take my 10.5 sprint car just to make laps, just kind of get myself in the groove of driving a car for next week. So I'll probably hang out at Indy next week, this Friday. That is the plan. And yeah, it's kind of where we're at. Sorry, there's a big bridge in between the content and stuff, but that's kind of where we're at. This is part of the vlog. So once we finish these orders of shirts, back to tires, back to get these cars just cleaned up, ready to go. And then the packing process begins. Every year, it's a way of trying to be efficient and take everything that we need without taking so much space. So, you know, things get crowded pretty quick. I will be riding with Kevin, so that means Monday morning, I would have to leave my house at 1:30 in the morning to be at his house. So it is currently Wednesday, 7 o'clock, just around there, and Scotty Ernst is about to go live on the Facebook about Chili Bowl. And I just made a post about shirts, about finishing up shirts, and there's a couple of messages come through. So I am willing to work with anybody. I'll take any opportunity I can to make designs and stuff. I try my best. I want people to know that my shirts, or the shirts that we design, are all hand drawn, per se, the cars. So if you go to like SFR or SRGFX or something like that, you can find templates, and I have used those before, but I have been able to be blessed to be able to create our own designs and our own templates. But at the time being right now, every car that comes through that wants to be drawn up are hand drawn. So there is a fee for that. $50 a car, that's a setup fee. If you want to buy the artwork for yourself and do it, we can do that at a good price. So I'm not saying it's cheap, but it's also hand-drawn stuff. I can get pretty much everything shipped out within a week if I'm not busy. Right now, I got this whole month off up to February, so it might be the time to do it. If you see me at the Chili Bowl, come hit me up. I'll put a couple of the designs that we put up, a couple of shirts that we have that are going to Chili Bowl. And here's a shirt that I have made for our company or for our brand for the Chili Bowl. So if you're interested in getting this shirt right here, hit me up. I'll put something together on a website. We can start ordering them if you like. This supports the channel, supports us and what we do. There's plenty of things that we have in the future, and it's not free. So you can see right here, I got some material for some future projects I'm excited about. But for now, this is a quick update, a long talkative update, but this is where we're at. I want to appreciate everybody. We're at 600 subscribers. It's awesome. Thank you so much for watching. So the next video will be us packing up, getting ready to go, maybe at Indy, maybe a quick race vlog, who knows. But I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.